things are moving around in there, it hurts like hell, and it also can do a lot of damage. So you'll usually try and pull the leg taut and then duct tape or tie a stick onto his leg so it can't move. We probably would cross his legs over just like they are now, and then we want to reach over and grab the bottom pant leg, put our fingers in the cuff if his pants are still on, and then gently lift him. And if he passes out, okay, we got to make sure he's breathing, but we want to get as many guys on him as we can. So it would at least be someone holding the head, one person on each side of his upper body, and then one person down at the feet. If you're by yourself, you're probably going to be best to drag people. Dead weight, I say dead weight, meaning they can be alive, but that picking up someone who's just limp is ridiculously hard. I mean, you know, whatever your squat is, I try and keep you know, the guys I work with fully kitted out are around 300 and something pounds. So my goal is to try and squat 350, and I can't quite do that. But I'm getting close to it. And whatever, I'm just saying, shit gets ridiculously hard. And when you start to squat in a squat rack, you're in there good form and you're starting here and you're going up. But this guy is in the worst possible place. How do I get him from here up to here to lift? It can be hard. So I'm going to drag him. I drag a lot of guys. And we have these special mats that we unroll. They roll up super tight, and then we pull them out of a tube, and it's this really heavy, dense piece of plastic, and we slide it under them, and it kind of turns them into a burrito. Has a harness on the front. We strap them down real quick, and then this guy can drag, and it's this super slick plastic that drags, and we'll sort of gently drag him out of there. But for today, do we have those poles over here?
You guys bring
So we
the
got
poles over, please?
we got 2 poles. This is where I would use my saw if I had to. We'd take someone's jacket, and I don't want to mess up. You just throw that down there. I don't want to mess up someone's sweatshirt, but
You can use that if you want, Dave.
this guy? Yep. You sure? Yep. Okay, so we would grab our robust sweatshirt, and then I'm going to have you do it. I want you to button up all the buttons on the front, and then I want you to, all these buttons from the collar all the way down, because those buttons are going to be tensioned, and we don't want them to break. And we probably need 3 of them. We're going to cut some poles, and these are perfect. These are beautiful. The right size. How'd that saw work?
It was really good.
It's awesome, right, for a little saw?
Really clean cuts.
You know those cable saws? It's like a piece of,
this
those
saw.
suck. I've never had one not break. And the one with the chainsaw blade, those work better, but not as good as this guy. Okay, so now I want you to take these guys, and you do that one, I'll do this one. Shove them inside themselves so you can reach up from the bottom, take your hand, kind of dive in there, grab that wrist area.
If you've done this before, make sure you pay close attention because you'll be doing it today.
So that's kind of the fastest way, and you know, we would time you guys, and we start shaving seconds off our time, right? And then you develop a system, and systems are great. I like to hold the bottom, put my hand through like an arm drag. I kind of grab that sleeve and I pull it through, and then I turn this guy around so that the buttons don't take all the tension, just little things. And with this guy, we'll kind of go this way, and this will be the head, so we'll spin that guy around, but we'll gently take these guys, and once again, we just can kind of reach up in there, reach up the arm, you know, grab the end of it, so I'm not going to tear it, and then I'm going to wiggle it down. So take your hand, go up, go find that arm in there, stick your hand all the way through, out the shoulder, grab the end of that pole, kind of cup it so it doesn't catch, and fish that dude all the way down. And we'll be gentle because this guy's a lot more fragile than a BDU top. But you probably, for most people, need 3 of these. Okay, gonna bring that dude up towards the top, kind of like that. Okay, we just made a hammock, right? So you got to use your imagination here. But let's say we had obviously 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. Get these guys even. Okay, and then we bring this guy around to him. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have you hold those 2 ends, and you hold these 2 ends, and then you're going to take his feet, you're going to take his hips, I'm going to have you take his head and shoulders. Okay, and we're just going to sort of simulate this. Let's push that little back. So you guys, the rule is the guy at the head has control. No one moves him until the guy at the head, he makes all the calls. If you start moving his hips before his feet, or his feet before his hips, and he has a broken pelvis or a broken leg, you're going to do damage. It's the guy at the head. So you're going to hold his head nice and straight. So you're going to take your hands and kind of put them right under his neck. Yep, and you're gonna hold on here, but your hands are gonna kind of be on his neck. There you go, and you're gonna call it, and what you're gonna say is you're gonna say, we're gonna tilt him to his right on 3.
Tilt to his right on 3.
1, 2, 3, tilting. So you're actually gonna reach over, hold his hips, and you're gonna keep him nice and aligned, so everything's nice and linear, okay? You guys are gonna shimmy that under him. Shimmy, get real close and tuck it far into there, pinch, pinch, tuck. You're gonna say, we're going down on 3.
Down on 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you're gonna kind of gently shimmy him over all together. So where you take the hips and you're gonna move them all on your count. You're gonna say, well, shimmy him over about 6 inches to the left on 3. 1, 2, 3. We're shimmying. Okay, stop. Now, if there were another couple of shirts in here, right, we don't want to drop him. We're not doing our job if we drop the guy and make things worse. Then you're gonna come off his head. Make sure he's nice and supported, and then you're gonna pick out some people to carry it. So you probably want someone at each end, okay, holding onto it, facing him. So let's go ahead and practice it. We're not gonna lift him, but let's just get in position.
Wait,
So
we just put his legs over this?
yeah, you can. We can try and lift him a little bit. All right, you comfortable with that? Okay. So the more the merrier, right? You guys got an army up here, so use everybody. So if you grab, you want both hands on the thing like a wheelbarrow. So go ahead and get, yep. So you actually always have some guy holding it like a wheelbarrow, otherwise you'll tip him. Now let's add some more people. So you're gonna come in over here and you're gonna hold on. Yep, and you're gonna hold on with one hand. Okay, and you all wanna face towards his head. Okay.
So is he actually going backward?
He is gonna go backwards. Okay. And you might want to spin around once you guys get up after you're up. Let's just lift him in this pot. And let's get a couple more guys in there. Be careful because we only got one shirt under him. And use your back or use your leg and not your back. So good idea, but the guy at the head is the boss. Okay? That's just the rule. Okay, let's lower him real quick because this is not going to hold him. But you guys get the general idea. Okay, so now let's go over another quick one. I'm going to have you be the injured guy. Just sort of, actually, you're already in the position. So the guy's laying down, right? And I'm all by myself. And I got to lift this guy up, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring his feet together, okay? And then I'm going to step on his feet. And I'm going to try and sit him up a little bit. And I'm going to see what kind of weight we're working with here. Okay, and we're kind of like that. So you guys know the fireman's carry? Yeah. So you can do a fireman's carry from here. I can lean him on his side and do a fireman's carry and pick him up. Or I can straighten his legs out. Okay? Just play totally limp for me, okay? And his legs will lock. And I see where my knee is right under him. Okay, so his legs will actually really lock like that. And as long as I keep his weight back, now I can kind of put him wherever I want. I got to kind of get creative. I can go like this and try and hobble with him. Or I can kind of go under and I can shoot all the way under him, holding onto his pants, and I'll dive in for my fireman's carry and I'll carry him down. Now, how much do you weigh?
125.
He's a lighter guy, right? That's 125 is about as, I'm not carrying more than, so go take over your own weight. Realistically, I'm not going to be able to carry 125 pounds safely down that. I barely got me up that this morning, but I could get him across the runway or something like that, but people get heavy. So I would have to drag him a little bit. Okay, we'd have to get creative, or I need help. Don't drop people today. I think we'll probably have you guys carry the lighter kids, okay? If the person's awake, you want to talk to them. Stay calm and talk to them and say, hey, we're going to lift you. We're going to tilt you. We're going to put you on this stretcher. We're not going to drop you. We got you. And then if you can, guy at the head of the bed is in charge. He should be calming the person down, or he will designate that to someone else and say, hey, your job is to be the hand holder. You're going to literally hold their hand and tell them what's going on. I don't like telling people it's going to be okay because sometimes it's not going to be okay. I don't like to do it that way. If something's going to hurt, if I'm resetting a broken leg, I'm going to say it's going to hurt like hell. And then it's going to be over and then you're going to feel a little bit better. That's my own personal style. Usually you're with people long enough, you can do that once and then you start telling them things aren't going to hurt and it hurts and that's not cool. But you definitely need to talk to people. People are going to be very scared. Think if you were there, or think if your like little sister was there, or your mom or your grandmother. Like you want someone that's compassionate, knows what they're doing, has been well trained, and is talking to them the whole time, okay, telling them what's going on. If they pass out, that's maybe not a good thing because they're in so much pain, and now you have to make sure they're breathing. But in the other sense, now they're calm and quiet, and they're not hurting because they're passed out. That was a super quick crash course, guys. Like I said, you're going to carry one of the younger, smaller guys today on a litter that you're going to have to make. Guy at the head of the bed has control. Okay, make sure you're made it strong enough that it's not going to break. And then when you're moving, yesterday with the little guys, they did some airsoft movement, and I was saying, hey, you only move as fast as you can shoot straight, right? They heard me say that, and they said, okay, we got it. And then what do? It was like freaking chickens running around. They were crossing over each other, and you're like, what happened? Like, I thought we were only going to move as fast as we could shoot, like straight. And then after like the third or fourth time, they calmed down. They moved slower, but they moved gracefully, and they weren't aiming at they weren't pointing things where they shouldn't be pointing them. I'm going to ask you guys to do that when you move. They might have a timed event where the winner gets something to eat. I don't know. But you guys have heard smooth is fast, that sort of thing, fast is slow kind of thing. I agree with the smooth is fast. You'll probably do better if you take a couple seconds, someone take charge, get your stuff together, and be graceful. Maybe call out a pace count, left, 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 right, left, that whole thing. Okay, so you're not all trying to go in different directions. Do not drop the person, okay? Any questions? I wish I had more time to do like a full, thorough, big didactic thing.
Is it like one of us or one of the kids?
You know, I don't know what they're going to do. That's not I'm not the primary on that, but I think it's probably going to be one